Welcome back to TVB News. Winter weather continues to keep much of North America locked in a mini ice age. The situation has now improved slightly, and while the north remains frozen, much of South America is enduring a weather challenge of its own. James Aitken brings us a tale of two extremes.
Broken water mains are just one of many casualties from North America's big chill.
Wind chills, you feel like it's so cold, but yesterday it was just cold to the bone.
It's really cold out. I advise people to stay inside if you don't have to be outside.
Cold weather and bridges never go well together, and the driver of this truck in the state of Minnesota probably wished he had followed Weeks' advice. Miraculously, the driver survived this icy plunge. The extreme cold has led to some creative coping strategies.
Coffee and a lot of heavy clothing.
Selling hot dogs is another way to stay warm.
I'm feeling good. I don't feeling cold too much, but it's okay.
His neighbor down the street probably wishes he was selling hot dogs too.
Yes, I'm staying with two support on heater, and I'm surviving. But that was not enough for this cold.
Yes, it's brutally cold in North America.
I'm a New Yorker. What do you do? I'd rather be here than Florida.
Florida, maybe, but perhaps not South America. Summer has just begun for that continent, and with temperatures soaring to 40 degrees Celsius, both man and beast are struggling to keep their cool. Zookeeper Carla Quina has figured out how to cool off the animals and entertain the crowds at the same time. On the menu, frozen cubes of fish, meat, and fruit plucked straight from the freezer. The icy snacks also get the animals thinking about how to break up the ice to free up their icy treats. Carla the elephant enjoys chilled bananas during her daily hose down, while Simba, the 14-year-old lion, isn't letting anyone near her prized bloodsicle. There is some good news for suffering residents on both sides of the equator. Widespread showers are expected to cool off parts of Latin America this weekend, and forecasters are calling for more moderate temperatures up north, where a little warmth can't come soon enough.
It's freezing.
James Aitken, TVB News.
The White House has hit back at criticism by former U.S. Defense Chief Robert Gates that questions President Barack Obama's war leadership. The Obama administration also jumped to the defense of Vice President Joe Biden, who's accused by Gates in his memoir of being wrong on nearly every major foreign policy and national security issue over the past 4 decades.
The president and the rest of us here simply just disagree with that assessment. As a senator and as a vice president, Joe Biden has been one of the leading statesmen of his time, and he has been an excellent counselor and advisor to the president for the past 5 years. He's played a key role in every major national security and foreign policy debate and policy discussion in this administration, in this White House.
And back in Hong Kong, sources say Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying will address Hong Kong's housing needs in his upcoming policy address. As Rachel Leung reports, dozens of plots could be used to build homes.
Some of the plots include this car park in Sheng Shui and a Kowloon motor bus depot. Both sites could be used for residential purposes. And so would this area in Fanling. Besides the North District, dozens of plots in Tai Po, Tuen Mun and Yuen Long are potential housing sites under a public-private partnership. In his policy address next Wednesday, Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying is expected to emphasize redeveloping land for residential use. Sources say Queens Hill and Fanling would be turned into a residential area that provides some 10,000 units. And this plot in Tai Po, originally intended for building a private hospital, will become a residential area. But Polytechnic University academic Chung Kim-hwa said many of the plots involved are quite small and may not have enough support facilities. So he doesn't believe the plan would be able to address the demand for housing in the short term. Rachel Leung, TVB News.
Meanwhile, the Hong Kong Institute of Certified Public Accountants has projected a government surplus of more than $20 billion. It's calling for greater financial help for low-income families in the financial secretary's upcoming budget blueprint. Stephanie Choi reports.
There have been concerns that government revenue would drop because of property cooling measures. Still, the Institute estimates for the current fiscal year that ends in March, the government will have a surplus of $20.6 billion and fiscal reserves of more than $750 billion, which is about 21 months' worth of public expenditure. It suggests helping out low-income families, for example, by increasing allowances for their second and third children, as well as giving tax breaks to those furthering their education. Given the government's yearly surplus, the Institute doesn't think that would pose a long-term burden.
In terms of the subsidy to our citizens, I think we still follow the policy of we just give those in need rather than being applied to any people in general.
Also, the Institute believes strategic stamp duty measures will benefit the local property market in the long run. It says current property cooling measures, though effective, are too broad and may have a negative impact on non-speculative property sales. The Institute favors a sunset clause for these measures.
The government needs to be more transparent as to how long this policy will be adopted and to hopefully to give citizens in Hong Kong a better picture of at what level when the property price stay at, then these temporary measures will be removed.
To monitor the tax system and ensure Hong Kong's global competitiveness, the Institute also recommends setting up a tax policy group under the government. Stephanie Choi, TVB News.
President Xi Jinping has offered his condolences to the family of Sir Run Shaw. The chairman emeritus of Television Broadcasts Limited died on Tuesday at the age of 107. Director of the Central Government's Liaison Office, Zhang Xiaoming, was at the Hong Kong Funeral Home in North Point today to offer the condolences of Xi and other current and former central government leaders. The president called Sir Run a patriot who loved the country. All right, Tony, over to you for sports.
And we got football to talk about. Manchester City showed fans how it's done in the League Cup overnight, smashing West Ham for 6 in the first leg of the semi-finals. The result leaves City on course for a place in the final.
While Manchester United's League Cup hopes are in doubt, the other Manchester team, City, are going from strength to strength. Led by their Spanish striker Alvaro Negredo, the Sky Blues showed West Ham no mercy in the first leg. Negredo's 2 goals soon gave City a comfortable 2-0 lead. He scored another one after the break to complete his hat-trick. But it wasn't just Negredo. Edin Dzeko scored 2 goals towards the end of the match, while Yaya Toure grabbed one right before the break as City demolished the Hammers 6-0. But manager Manuel Pellegrini reminded his side not to be complacent going into the second leg.
In football, never finish, but of course it's an important step to play the final in Wembley. We have to play the second leg in London, but I think that the result we have today here is not absolutely finished, but an important step.
We fought very hard to get to the semi-final. We've played some great games and won some fantastic football matches, but unfortunately, at this moment in time for us, this semi-final fell at the wrong time, and but they've heavily punished us, rightly so, with the quality that they've got.
This could be City's season, with the club going strong in all 4 competitions they're in.
On to motor racing now, and 2-time World Rally champion and 2010 Dakar Rally winner Carlos Sainz took over the overall lead after the 4th stage of the Dakar Rally. Sainz led the car drivers over their more than 650-kilometre special stage and finished just over 6 minutes ahead of last year's winner, Stefan Petterhansel, who was second in his Mini. Overall, Sainz now leads by 2 minutes ahead of Nani Roma.
And finally, a mystery in Mexico. Scientists there are baffled by the discovery of 2 conjoined grey whale calves. The find was made by fishermen in a Baja lagoon. The whales were joined at the midsection. Scientists say the whales were probably born premature and it would have been virtually impossible for them to survive. They suspect the creatures only lived for a few hours. Tissue samples have been taken for further investigation. And that's the news. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
It was mainly cloudy today. At 5 p.m., the northeast monsoon associated with the anticyclone was bringing cool weather to the coast of Guangdong. Today's temperatures range from 14.3 to 16.6 degrees, and the current temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. So, Fetty, how's the weather tomorrow? Mainly cloudy and cool. Temperatures will range from 14 to 17 degrees. It will continue to be cool in the following few days. However, there will also be some sunny periods. Tomorrow's air quality health index will range from low to moderate, and the maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 3. Now, here's the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, showers in Taipei, cloudy in Xiamen. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Chengdu, sunny intervals in Macau. Sunny in Beijing and Tokyo, cloudy in Seoul. Foggy in Bangkok, cloudy in Ho Chi Minh City, rain in Manila. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, rain in Jakarta. Thunderstorms in New Delhi, sunny in Karachi and Mumbai. Showers in Cairo, sunny intervals in Nairobi. Showers in Brisbane, sunny in Sydney, Melbourne and Auckland. Sunny in Toronto and New York. Showers in Vancouver, sunny intervals in San Francisco, sunny in Los Angeles. Sunny intervals in London and Amsterdam, cloudy in Paris and Frankfurt, showers in Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a great evening.